Hello everybody and welcome to this Scouting Report. I'm Dan Haiek here with Matt Doyle, and today we're previewing the season opener for DC United and the Columbus Crew. Matt, what's your hook for this game? Why do people need to watch this game?
I think it's the first look at a rebuilt DC United, one of the big stories of the offseason.
Now, the biggest piece of their rebuild was Eddie Johnson. They added him up top. Are they going to be able to create big chances for Eddie so he can make his mark on this season opener?
I think they will, because Eddie Johnson doesn't need complicated soccer. He doesn't need complicated chances. He needs his wide players to get up the flanks, get to the end line, and whip it across, and he's almost unstoppable in the air. That is as simple as it comes for MLS, really for any league, and they have guys who can do it now on both flanks, in the midfield, and especially with overlapping right back Sean Franklin. So I think DC will be able to create him some chances, not necessarily build some chances for him.
Now let's switch our attention to the Columbus Crew. Of course, their main man is still Federico Higuain. That brings us to the WTS stat. The number is 73. That's how many chances Federico Higuain created from the run of play during the 2013 season. It was best in the league. What can DC do to make sure he doesn't create some magic in this one?
Well, I think the key against Higuain is making sure that you pick him up between the lines. He loves to work in those pockets of space between the central midfield and central defense, and that's where Bobby Boswell comes in. Boswell is very, very good at stepping into the play and disrupting strings of possession, and really allowing a guy like Perry Kitchen to maybe push up a little bit higher and disrupt the possession before it even gets to Higuain. Of course, you only need to make a mistake once against a guy this good. Higuain is going to be an MVP candidate this year. He really is that special a player, and it's up to those other Crew attackers around him to turn more of those chances into goals.
All right, well, we'll see if it's Federico Higuain or Eddie Johnson who has the bigger say on this one. It kicks off at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday. You can watch it on MLS Live.